I want to thank this organization for having me today. I want to thank everyone for coming out today on this Saturday and giving this time to us. You know, I think it is very important that we know who our judges are. Judges do play a big role in our community. So I'm going to talk a little briefly about myself and about my experience. A little about me, I'm born and raised right here on the west side of Chicago. I grew up right around Central and Division. I went to grammar school in that area. I then attended Providence St. Melvin High School. After that, I went on to attend Morehouse College. And after graduating from Morehouse College, I attended Chicago King College of Law. And since then, I've been an attorney now for the last 7 years. I'm currently engaged. My beautiful fiance is here with me. We have a 11-year-old son who's in 6th grade at Providence St. Mel. And now I'll just talk about my experience. I've been an attorney now for 7 years. One of my first jobs coming out of law school was working on a class action lawsuit against the Cook County Jail. I was a contract attorney for a firm that sued Cook County because of the injustices that our people faced when they were arrested. Now the firm, they ended up winning that lawsuit, so I spoke to a lot of individuals about what conditions they went through while being arrested. My next job, I was down in Springfield working as an attorney on Speaker Madigan's staff, and I worked in the criminal justice committee. Our job was to, anytime there was a change to a law or any type of change, we had to go out and see who was against it, who was for it, and we had to write changes to the law to get everyone on board. And now my current position, I'm a Cook County State's Attorney. If I was just to sit here and just tell you that I've been at the State's Attorney's office for 6 years, it would do no justice to the kind of work that I do as a State's Attorney. I chose to become a State's Attorney because I wanted to have a say-so for our people. In the criminal justice system. I chose to remain a State's Attorney because I care about our people. A lot of people work for the State's Attorney's office for a year, maybe 2, and they go on. You go into private practice and you do other things because honestly, that's where the money is. I made a decision to stick around. In my 6 years as a State's Attorney, I've been in the courtroom every single day, fighting for the rights of victims of crimes. On an average day, our caseload could be anywhere from 30 to 40 to 50 cases. That's 30 to 40 to 50 families that I'm responsible for. 30 to 40 to 50 victims whose lives they come to us for help. That's 30 to 40 defendants who are dependent on us to make fair decisions and to also be there for them as well. Because it's about the victim, it's also about being fair to our people. And as of recently, I've been promoted to a special division where we're not in the courtroom anymore. We actually go out to the crime scene. We actually go to victims' home. My work days I spend, whether it's in a jail cell, it's in a hospital, or it's in someone's home. So if any of you haven't seen me, that's a good thing. But that's what I've been doing with the State's Attorney's Office. As far as my community involvement, I want to say being a graduate of Morehouse is very special to me. But one of my best accomplishments from Morehouse is being a Bonner Scholar. I was a Bonner Scholar for 3 years at Morehouse. And as a Bonner Scholar, we were required to do 150 hours of community service every semester. So down in Atlanta, I was at the Atlanta Public Schools. I was at the Boys and Girls Club. And it was a great thing. Those values that I learned down there, I brought right back home upon graduating. Since I've been back 10 years, I've been involved with the community here in Chicago. I mentored youth at the Better Boys Foundation. I coached youth basketball. I've spoken at numerous career days and as well as community outreach programs. Ladies and gentlemen, and it's not just this race, but in every race, please make sure you select the candidate that will mean the most to our community. Make sure you choose someone that's from our community that can have an impact on our community. Elections are about our future. I can't sit here and tell you I have 30 or 40 years of experience, but I can tell you that if elected, I will have 30 or 40 years to serve this community as a public servant. My candidacy is all about being a symbol of hope, being an uplifting figure to help that younger generation. Of all the community meetings that I've been going to, one of the common themes is, what are we going to do about our youth? How are we going to help them? My candidacy is about being a role model, being a figurehead for that younger generation. Because as the younger generation steps up and lead, those beside us will also lead, and those who come will also lead. The time to lead for our younger generation is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not a year from now. It's not 5 years from now. It's not 10 years from now. It's time to take the lead now. Because if our younger generation does not step up and take the lead, there will be a gaping hole in the leadership. It is time to pass the torch. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm that little boy that you saw playing in your yard. I'm the little boy that was friends with your kids. I am this community's son that is now a man, and I'm trying to lead. And I'm asking for your support on March 18. Please come out and punch 174. Thank you.